Welcome to the Exsto Athena series. This is Group 2, Day 1, Day 3 of the overall event. I'm with my man, the myth, the legend, Atro.
Atro,
I should say.
Yes, hello. Yes, yes,
First time
hello.
casting together. How's it going, my man?
It is going well. Fun to be here. We had some exciting series this last week that I had the opportunity to cast in the Exo Athena series, and it's great to be back to cast a bunch more games today and tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it's going to be exciting. Obviously, we're currently live on Tosca Dusha. If you want to check out the other stream, it is twitch.tv Exo Gaming. We're going to have these two streamed on for a couple of hours tonight. But firstly, major announcement for the Exo Athena series that we just got about an hour ago. It's about Logitech. Yes, Logitech has sponsored the Exto Athena series, and with the partnership between Logitech and Exto, it's to give players prizes, and even you viewers out there as well, prizes in the thousands of dollars of products. Obviously, the amount will be disclosed at a later date, but thousands of dollars of products you can win from Logitech and Exto. And it's already on top for at least the players. It's already on top of the already announced prize pool we already have, which was, I believe, 1,500. So this is a huge deal for everyone involved in Athena series, I would say.
Indeed. Indeed. Shout out to Logitech. I have the Hero G502, excellent piece of periphery. Has never let me down. Thanks to Logitech for sponsoring us today. You go.
Thank you. Yeah. I'll go because we got to move this on quickly, Atro. We're gonna go quickly, okay? Because our friend Atlas, who's on the other stream, he cooked up a video a couple days ago. It was day 1. He's also cooked up Group 1 Day 2 highlights that we're going to show you viewers right now. I hope you guys enjoy. First one was a banger. I'm expecting this one to be as good as the first one. So let's get into the highlights here for Group 1.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Day 2 of the Exto Athena series. My name is Atlas. I'm joined by Atro and we have the final 2 rounds of the group stage on our hands today.
Yeah, the best. They have to hope for the best and they get one he's going to see. We'll get more and he's looking.
In the person so far on the duelist, Paranoia is absolutely on point with Valor with the classic responding. Pasley still driving it forward. Pasley just looking to clean up everything by herself.
Versus 2 now. It's been a little longer at placing it next time, but there's actually there is a little bit of space there. They're not swinging!
They're not swinging! Gonna pull this line though. Get it, the fights are not going their way though. It's gonna be Chisel hunting for the ace!
Oh my! Sorry, Lord, that is incredible by Chisel! Gets the ace!
Over here, Pasley looking just to make the impact happen with the Vandal. So, good for 1 for now, but taking out Skepnoblade is actually a huge pick, because taking out the Omen over there means that there's no smokes for them to use.
What did that paint shot do? I don't know how that's happened. I mean, listen, man, I coached cricket. I couldn't tell you how to throw that. That was that was insane.
Yeah, and we're back, and you can just see Group A. It was a great group, right? We can see the group standings right now. The last game, obviously, that meant a lot for the seeding between Shamimi and Coven. And, Team Coven, they came out with the #1 seed, undefeated. You can just see the other teams that also made it there was Rapid and Brat Division. Unfortunately, I had to say goodbye to Fearless and Poofy Pandas. What do you make of it, Atro, of the first 2 days and then Group A of the series with all the teams that you've seen so far?
So I mostly got to watch, I believe it's pronounced Coven, as in Witch's Coven.
Yeah.
Coven. I got to watch their games mostly, and some good performances from there. That Shimimi Coven series was incredibly close. And I believe we saw that highlight with the Ninja defuse by on the side of Shimimi, but it was Coven who did come out on top. But that matchup definitely looked like it could go either way. And so I think, yeah, it'll definitely be exciting to see that matchup as we move further into the tournament. As for the other two teams, I haven't seen that much of them, but making it through, and earning that break definitely will hopefully allow them to sort of get the mental reset and hopefully perform better as they move further into the tournament. But we should turn our attention to today's matches, I think.
Yeah, well, you can see, right? We've got a lot of bangers on the way, banger after banger after banger. We've got Sirensvs versus the Silly Goobers, and actually we've got Silly Goobers all three matches today. So
we got a lot of Silly Goobers on the stream, on our stream today. As
Exsto as well. You know, you got Exsto Gaming Game Changers, and you also have Eternal Valor Esports Game Changers as well. We looked at as someone that casted both days of Group A, that was more of an underdog group. You know, you only had one team from Game Changers Split 1, which was was Team Rapid. They came third in that group. You know, the others were a bit unknown. Now we go into this group. You know, we unfortunately, a team did drop out last second. So we've got about 5 teams, I believe, right now. So having 5 teams and 4 of them being game changer teams, 4 split, 1 and 1 only not being that. And that's actually Silly Goobers that we're going to be watching a lot of today. Zara Sirens, that they've forfeited some matches in split 1. I think the 2 teams that we're going to be looking out a lot for is Eternal Valor. They had a very good split 1. Free and Free, that's pretty respectable midfield of the pact. But also we have to talk about a team that is going to defend this honor of the Athena series for Exsto. It's the Exsto Gaming Game Changers team. They came second in split 1. They only lost to Swag Lord. They were undisputedly the second best team in OCE. So it's going to be very interesting to see, what these teams can do, especially against that Exto team. It's going to be very interesting to see how they stack up against them, especially against, again, like one of the best team, the second best team on paper, in OCE Game Changers, and the best team on paper at this Athena series. So it's going to be interesting. But as you could see, if we can get into the map veto for this first map, what do you think about this, Atro, about Silly Goobers, Sirens, where the first map is Lotus?
Not surprised. Let's start off with I am entirely unsurprised by this Lotus pick. A lot of teams seem to really, really like this map. And at its core, that's like it's almost a little bit disingenuous to call it a simple map. But especially in that early round, there are exactly 2 locations that matter, which is Rubble and Mound, where teams typically want to try and fight for control of it. And so, I think, especially for the first game of a tournament, you'll definitely want to try and warm into something where you're going to have your sort of preset strats, you're going to have your set plays, and so you can rely on those to sort of get you into that get you warmed up and into that tournament sort of form that you need to get into.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we have to say really, is that, Lotus is such a, it is a favorite map pick, right, for a lot of teams, especially in this tournament. I saw it a lot in other professional OCE tournaments as well. So, now we're going to get into the map, not the map veto, I should say agent veto.
Agent select.
Select, I mean, not veto. What am I saying? Agent select. So it's going to be interesting. And you can already see the lock in from XNS, right? Immediately, they're like, Teho, Breach. We know that combo is big. I mean, it looks like the other side of Silly Goobers is going to do that as well. Break it down for me, Atro. What are these comps going to do against each other once they're all locked in?
Yeah. I believe I had a little poem from last week about the compositions that you see across a lot of the maps, but especially on Lotus, which was roses are red, violets are blue, Breach Teo's coming to a ranked game near you. A lot of teams favoring this sort of Breach Teo combination because while it does lack info, the way in which it garners information is that basically, well, they can't be there because if they were, they'd be dead. And so
I mean,
and
just
like
quickly
and definitely
to cut
the
you off,
combination
excellent
of that
analysis.
Breach and
I just
Teho.
want to say to the viewers out there, just a bit of a tech pause. We accidentally went into a Swift play. We were just testing out the overlay beforehand. We've got to switch it. So we'll be back in a bit, but probably going to be the exact same team comps, you would say. So, for at least for me, looking at these teams, Sirens, they really didn't get a chance at split one, forfeited some matches. So they would want to, what would they want to do? They would want to, I can't even say it. Sirens would want to, improve, and they would want to show everyone that, like, split one, a bit unlucky they had to forfeit. I don't know what the reasons were for it. Lost my words there for a second, but I don't know what the reasons were for it. But they want to show that they are a team that can really, do it and really show that they can beat these teams like the Eternal Valor Esports, like a team like Silly Goobers right now, like an Exto Gaming GC. They want to prove themselves after that first the first split not really going to according to plan with the forfeits and stuff. And for Silly Goobers, well, it's all about you're the only Game Changers team not in here. You're the only Game Changers split one team not in here. You don't have expectations like these other teams. You're not really an org as well. So, you can you've got that pressure off of you, and you could just play for fun and hope these rounds come to you. These teams are going to go and find themselves. They're going to find themselves some pressure. This is a big tournament. Top 3 is the only thing that guarantees you prize pool. And with the Logitech sponsor maybe giving us more money for more players, I mean, this is kind of becoming a huge deal, more of a huge tournament for the Game Changer scene here in OCE, Atro. I think we have a tech issue. Oh, just a small tech issue, because I don't think my friend Atro can hear me, so I will have to, I'll have to carry the load for a second before Atro can hear me again. So hopefully he can hear me again. But we're just gonna start this first round really, really fast. Actually, you just see that looking at this. Looking at Inzana here, you can just see the first play coming in. See long, and you can already see C is being taken over by this team of Sirens. So Sirens will take the site of C. You could just see it's going to be a 5v5 retake. Can you actually see the Killjoy in mid? Killjoy might get a kill here if we can get on it, but Killjoy does get a kill. Killjoy does get the kill. Athena does get the kill back, and so it's 2 kills on the side of Silly Goobers. So it's a 4v3 situation in the retake here. Now the Killjoy has to reconnect with the team, as you can just see. Cookie Order does get rid of Alone. She does get rid of Cookie Order. It's now a 3v1. Two players, on low HP. It's all up to this Breach, and you can just see Azana going closer and closer. And although So Julia does get the kill, it's up to the 1v1. It's Purins, and So Julia could be a free where you're on clutch here, and we're just seeing it already. It's Purins versus Julia. Oh, goes for the smoke, trying to do for the defuse, but Julia can just walk in and get the kill, and gets the 3v1 clutch. 3v1 clutch for the side of Sirens. It looked good for Goobers on their very first round, but unfortunately, the 3v1 clutch by Julia has done it.
That's just incredible play there from the side of Julia, just able to isolate out those fights and stop the trade from coming through.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's just great showing from the side of Zinchi as as Silly Goobers now forced down onto the eco and potentially looking to bounce back as the first frag does come through on the side of Silly Goobers here.
Yeah, it does, and you can just see this quick C play already coming in as well. Siren's looking for it, and it's a 4v5. You can see they're actually boxed in here. This could be a problem here, but XinRen get a kill. Furens gets rare, Teapot gets 2, and the round is already over. Just like that, Kunai just has to look for something. Yeah, preview one situation.
Well, you know what happened last time there was a 1v3 situation?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you're spinning facts here, Atro. 1v3, we saw last time. Got to play more discipline like before, and that is what we call discipline in Valorant. Just a free stack onto each other, Atro. And that Sirens with round 2 looked a bit sketchy there with losing so much control of the map, but that is the, well, that's the round.
Yeah, no, it was looking a bit rocky for the side of the Sirens there, as you saw that first pick coming through. But the rubble fight out was exceptionally well done, and they managed to take down 4 members of Silly Goobers, only dropping 1 there. And yeah, you mentioned it, that discipline, making sure they were making sure they weren't giving the isolated fights that won the Siren their first round. But Silly Goobers now up onto the bye round and looking to convert their first round of the half.
I've seen so many rounds of just the players, right? Of just the bonus rounds being kind of that backbreaker for a lot of teams here. You can already see it here as we are on the raise here of Teapot and just taking that control with that much utility. The Teho salvos, just getting rid of all of that and just getting rid of all of just the players and taking control of that link. It looks like they might be looking for maybe a link to B site control here, and you can just see taking link, and it looks like it's going to be that. So this is going to be all. Teho salvos go out a bit late, so Teapot is actually out and is looking for at least the first kill. You can just see disciplined gameplay though here from Silly Goobers, and you can just see Teapot maybe looking for, oh, I don't know what happened there. Did Cookie Order get 2 and 1 through the smoke from somewhere? I mean, unbelievable. You can just see it's already going down. And it's a 3v1 situation again. Vichy does get the kill on the third, but nothing to be found there. I mean, a quick round. It all ends there on the B site. Cookie Order, I don't know what happened. Got 2 in a second. I don't know if got 1 through, obviously the 1 through in the smoke, but did they get the other through? Did they just spam through and got another out of the smoke? Like, what happened there?
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
I believe it was a bit of a spray transfer there as the smoke dropped.
Yeah.
Cookie managing to grab 2 kills there, and despite the heroic efforts of the Omen, whose name is too small for me to read, unfortunately, but thanks to their heroics, they were able to grab 3 kills, which will put a bit of an economic dent in Silly Goobers. And I don't think they're all rifles for this round, which will give Siren a good position to go up to a 3rd on this round. But the team moves out towards C here, trying to bait out that shear. Not hitting yet. I stand corrected though. The swing does come through. And and the salvos claim another. But yeah, it's now 4v4 on the retake. But now Sirens with the superior guns and time on their side. It's going to take some heroics from the side of Silly Goobers.
Yeah, it's a 4v4 situation. You see the breach is almost actually done there. Cookie Order does get 1, but Teapot trades that for Cookie Order. You can see Eloino gets rid of Purin, so now Scraps is deleted, and Teapot looking for that 4K round. Goes for the flash, maybe looking for it, but we'll just play discipline here. It's a 1v3 situation. The breach is low. Good. Oh, actually, got maybe caught out a card there. Kumail might be better just to save up this weapon. or at least try and look for something. Actually trying to do a a last-second defuse there, but Teapot has it covered, and so does the Killjoy, and that will be the third round of the half so far for Sirens. A very, very good round, but well, full buy again here coming up for Goobers, as like you said, Atro, they didn't really buy up that round. They only had 2 Vandals and 3 pistols, but now it looks like they're full buying again.
Yeah, no, the unfortunately can't see the leaderboard at the moment, but yeah, just the Siren there, that discipline again, the trading out of players means that yeah, Silly Goobers didn't really get a look in on that retake.
I mean, you can just see the defaults. This is actually really interesting from the side of Sirens. I mean, this Killjoy could have been caught, though, of the potential. But actually, well, you could just see Rocket Fuse trying to get in, but actually missed the jump and is just a bit stunned. But this will still secure side. Rocket Fuse goes out last second. Always do that last second. You can see control of Seaside is taken here, and you can actually see Owino trying to get another one. Finds one on the lurk, but will surely fall to Kamaya and does. Red looking for this space up to Hall and actually gets the leader, but you could just see 2 come back, and that's a 3v2 situation. Went from 4v3 for 3v2, and they're both coming on the side of Mountain. That will surely be calmed about. You actually see Kamaya gets
hit by the own breach. Gets hit by the own breach shard.
Owned by the own breach, and you can see just playing this post-plant position, and that will just secure the round with the breach ultimate of the Rolling Thunder. Surely Teapot does get scrapped. 3v1 situation, so much utility just hammering down Kumai right now, and Kumai can't really do anything. She just has to try and find a kill, and will try and find one for Vishu with the great repeat, and that is just perfection done from 4v3 to 3-0. Well, it's 4-1 for the side of Sirens here, Atro.
Yeah, no, some excellent work there from the side of the Siren. As, yeah, I thought yeah, that fight of taken over towards Spawn had me fooled, because I thought I believe it was the Omen, was just pushing completely unassisted. But the Siren are so disciplined as the trade came in from Teapot. And yeah, again, it's the game of discipline that is getting them the lead here. As now the side of Silly Goobers are forced to hold on to this eco buy, but Kumali finds one with the Sheriff, the Teo drone to come through, and Teapot might be in a world of trouble here. The special delivery is going to...
But the rotates. Rotates, there's nobody on A. I mean, this was an eco round, and while the correct decision has been made here, they're going to A, and you can just see clearing out Tree slowly but surely, getting all of this control. It's going to be a 5-on-4 retake with just a couple pistols and a stinger, so it will be interesting. Looking at ultimates, only Teo ultimate is online for the attacker side. They can do Vice ultimate and Armageddon for the side of defense as well, Teo ultimate. And you can just see Omen TP is actually used. Teapot, you can just see waiting, might have to peek, and actually doesn't think Kamai will peek. Yeah, the timing is just unfortunate for Teapot, and well, now it's a 5v3 situation. The Armageddon is used. Alwino does get experience, so it's a 4v3 situation. You can see Straps can actually think. No, nothing with see much stuff. Kamel maybe looking for the thing. It doesn't matter because the defuse has already come through. It didn't matter in the end. A 50 is converted, although all players come down, Atro. It is a 4-on-2. And that, so 4-2 scoreline now after just sticking the defuse. They all go down, like I said, but that is the round, a crucial round for Silly Goobers to get themselves back into it.
Yeah, no, that Armageddon,
wow.
That Armageddon, perhaps just not thinking about the fact that this isn't the Brim ultimate. How long it takes whoever's being Armageddon to die is going to depend upon where you start that ultimate from. And so the side of Silly Goobers are able to identify that, hang on a second, there's absolutely no pressure from Tree. And yeah, just make sure to get on that spike and just stick it down. And while the economic damage for the side of the Siren is not going to be huge, It's still a round loss as T-Pop prepares to enter the A site.
Yeah, they're preparing to enter the A side. You can see the Killjoy kind of playing that lurk, but will probably rejoin, you would think. And actually, it does confirm there's no presence behind in flank, and also could confirm that he's in link. So it's all defenders sided. Huge round here for the Goobers. I mean, if you win this round, the economy of the side of Sirens is broken, but you can just say that is why the breach combo with the Teo is so OP. Now, Izana, I don't think knows there's one here, and well, Vichy does get one, so they know. You can actually see all swarming into side. There's 3 on 3. Now, at Suino, it's going to be close here. They need to flash out. They're going for it again. They won't be this time. Oh my goodness, I thought Julia messed it up, and I thought it was an on for a second, but no, it is not. They go for basically the new ninja defuse again. And well, unfortunately for silly Goobers, they don't get that. They don't get it that time. 5-2 to the Sirens, and the money again is broken for the Goobers.
Yeah, no. Coach, the Teo there, yeah, just goes, hang on a second. Are they not pressuring Spike again, and tries to stick it? And honestly, you can't fault them because they almost got away with it.
Yeah,
but yeah, but now it's going to be the timeout coming through for the side of Silly Goobers. Thank you.
No problem. I mean, looking at this, Atro, like, I think it's kind of what we've expected so far. The Sirens, leading the game, breaking the economy. They have given opportunities and they have lost a round because of that stuck defuse on a Thrifty, but it's been mostly domination from the Sirens so far. Goobers just need to find a way to convert those close rounds like that one, like a couple others, especially, I believe, the 4th round of the half. They just need to find these conversions of the rounds, and things will look a lot better economy-wise, and obviously on the mental side as well. You put rounds up, that's always going to boost you up. So, I mean, let's get into this. You can just see already just this little peak, and again, they're doing this stack again. Kumai trying to get the kill here, but he's actually tagged up himself. Purin is killed by a Teapot. The nade goes in. I don't think tags a lot. Only the Tahoe, I believe. Maybe the Rays as well. As Teapot just taking all of this control. You can see that's just enough, Atro. That is enough information. They saw about 3 players here that they're just going to rotate to A. They know it's economy round for the side of the Goobers. So they're just going to guess they stacked C and B. And that is the correct decision. Again, they read them like a book here, and it seems like this is just going to be the round 1, barring a miracle here from the silly Goobers.
Yeah, no, and I'm not sure if they would have been able to, I guess, count utility there, as that would have given just as much of a signal as seeing the players themselves. But now it's going to be Eloino being pressured on the flank, but look how much utility there is to deny this. So Wheeler takes 1.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Like, there's nothing you can do when the Killjoy, like, little thing comes out, the grenade basically comes out. You got the smoke, Teo salvo, breach stun. Like, what are you supposed to do? The breach, like, it's just too much util to deal, especially in this type of the map. Eloino is just looking for the last kill, flashes out. Scraps actually does get the right click.
My right click
Eloino. Yeah, great
my right click doesn't do that.
Yeah, mine doesn't either, but that is the round. 6-2 for Sirens. Good read of the situation, and they just automatically rotate to A, and that is the round 1 for the Sirens.
Indeed it is. As Eloino going down, I don't think is going to do much in the terms of economic damage for the side of the Sirens. Meanwhile, on the side of Silly Goobers, this round is very important for them, because if they don't start putting rounds on the board, they're going to be moving into the second half with a great disadvantage.
Yeah,
but we see them predicting it might be towards A, but playing this sort of very, very passive play style. And the Sirens, perhaps unwittingly, are respecting it a lot. as Elwino notes the presence of the Tejo on that B site, and the drone goes out from Rare.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why KO is so good is just this complete rubble control that you get, the lobby and rubble control from KO with the salvos, and just the drone can clear it out. It's just so OP on either side of things, really. And you can just see the defense. It was good Tejo utility there, and also spotted the Killjoy, I believe, or at least knows there's one presence in to be made. Now, they are rotating again, so you can just see this blind, fast rotate, and that Omen will hear things, will pop the smoke out, and I mean, you can just see rotates already coming in early, so the side of Sirens has to go in fast. You can see salvos have popped out, so the execute is given here. You can see, well, Elwino does get one mid, but it's traded exactly back, so no lurker this time. It's now going to be a 4v4 situation here. Kamai tries, the grenades are just traded by Teapot and Kamai. You can see Teapot is just trying to hold this horse control, but nothing really they can do here. And well, Teapot looking for one, and well, oh my goodness, Vichy and Julia also get 2 kills of their own, and that's just the round 1. Surely, unless it's a 2v1 situation, but the smoke will make it much harder here for the side of Athena, and it might just be the best thing to save here. And you can just already see that thought creeping to the mind of Vichy and so Julia, but nothing will be, they're just going to hold it off, knowing and playing smart, just securing the round win. But Athena, well, she will go and she'll save that Vandal for another day.
Indeed, as yeah, despite the Rolling Thunder and the lockdown both being available, and I believe the showstopper, yes, the showstopper as well, though I don't know if that came up just in after the raise went down.
I can buy.
But yeah, all of these ultimates just ready and not committed, and if oh sorry, I'm looking at Siren ultimates. Oh god. I mean, there still is the showstopper and the Rolling Thunder for the side of the side of for the side of silly Goobers, and yeah, not used in that round. And now I believe they're moving on to that eco, and so yeah, it's going to be difficult for to find opportunities to use those. The showstopper now.
Oh, Teapot just going in, you can just see they're just evacuating the site. The rocket fuse too much to respect, and that's just C-side. So it's again going to be a 5v5 retake. I mean, this game has been so much about the Elwino. I don't know about this.
Oh, Elwino.
Yeah, might be caught out here. I mean, no lurk player here. Elwino could look for something, but Kumai does get the kill there, so they will get another Vandal. But so much side control here. 4v5 for the Sirens to defend this post-plant situation. And you can just see
there was 5 members of the silly Goobers there.
Oh, Teapot's got such a Teapot's got such a powerful position, but Kumai with the rocket fuse does get one, but Rare trades out Kumai, and now it's a 3v3 situation. The smoke is good. They have to check the box. They didn't check the box as Vichy gets free, and they didn't check the box in the corner of C side, and that will be the end of any hopes for Goobers to take that round on an economy round, and that is 8-2 to the Sirens. Oh my. I mean, one thing I was going to say before everything went down is we've seen so many trades throughout this game. Well, that was just a free K from the side of Vichy and top fragger of the server, 13-4, showing out in this first match of the Athena series in Group 2, Day 1.
Yeah, no, they're just a huge play from Vichy there, getting that spray down after going unchecked. As I reckon that one might be going on the highlight reel. But Rare now probing out, looking to take room. But so is Kumali, as now the fight might be taken.
Oh, this is huge. Kumai does get one, does actually get out. But the breach is stunned, and they're actually in a lot of trouble here, but the flash comes out as well. So looking for another in Scrap, and Scrap does get one. Teapot is looking for another. It's going to be on to Kamai, and it's all traded here. And they finally take the control of Pillars, of Pillars and Spawn. But at what cost? It's now a 3v2 situation. They have Rolling Thunder, and the Killjoy ultimate is up as well. So 3v2 situation here, and it's looking good for the side of Silly Goobers. I do wonder if the side of Sirens thinks they have to invest 2 rounds, right? 2 rounds, including this one left. So let's see what they do here. You can see Vi's wall will be the trigger here of anything, and that will trigger everyone. So it will all up be to the Vi's of Azana. Azana is looking for a pick, and nothing can be found there of Azana, so Julia gets it. And now the Tail ultimate will come out, but it's a bit too late, and he doesn't actually catch the Killjoy ultimate. Oh, whoa! Julia did a mistake of a lifetime and didn't get the plan down. I didn't even realize the plan wasn't down. So has to spike now, but they aren't going in. Why they aren't going in? It's time enough for Eloina to try and get something here. Eloina looking for something, but nothing can be found. Cookie Hoarder, a mistake by Sirens. In terms of what happened there with Julia not getting the plan down and missing out of the Armageddon ult. It's a huge mistake that gives life for Silly Goobers. And that is the most impactful round we've seen so far, from the spawn fight to the fight on Seaside and the mistakes we saw there. But it's all good for Silly Goobers.
Oh my god, what a yeah, that was a round. And yeah, the Armageddon did miss on the lockdown because I believe Eloina waited for the Armageddon to come out before putting that lockdown down. But then Sogila, who thought they could stick the spike, opted not to do it, and then just walks ahead too far and gets caught in the Armageddon. And that's going to give Silly Goobers their 3rd round. But now we see the side of the Sirens taking this mound control commandingly. But the Silly Goobers might know what's up, as they've got a lot of players over towards this side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, Sirens, they have, unfortunately for them, they've made 2 mistakes here with, that plan, just the 50 diffuse and that with the Armageddon, and they have been taken advantage of by Silly Goobers. Other than that, you would say pretty flawless game for the side of the Sirens so far. And you could just see that lurk player again from that Killjoy, maybe trying to, just get the rotates out for them, but the Yeoman is just playing Link, waiting for any contact. Now the Breach Ultimate will go down and we'll catch nobody, but we'll just confirm sight here. So again, it's going to be a 5-on-5 retake. Now, if you're the side of Silly Goobers, you know there's a lurk every round, so you've got to be careful checking that mid. And actually the ultimate goes out with the Breach Ult, so this is actually looking good for the side of Theo. As Teapot gets one, Eloina does get his answer. The Breach Ultimate went out, but nothing is found as Kumai gets Vichy and Eloina. The round has gone so quickly as Eloina gets free. 9-3 half. That is your scoreline going into the next half of things. And it went so quickly. The Breach Ultimate was confirmed, and well, nothing was found of it. And well, it's just a great post plan. It's just a great post plan by the side of the Sirens to find basically everyone there.
Yeah, as Teapot, able to avoid out on that Breach Ultimate. And perhaps the players on the side of Silly Goobers not expecting that fight over towards Waterfall.
Yeah, I mean, you saw us for a second. It is a 9-3 half. Now, what do we know about 9-3? It's a curse. It is the curse.
On defender-sided maps, as
but Bisha gets 2, and Purin and Zana gets 1. So the curse might be coming true a bit, but oh my goodness, Rare with 15 HP could look for the 3K, and Julia, well, forget about that 3-9 curse already, because that is 10-3 for the side of Sirens, looking to quickly end this map. And well, just a good round there. And what was it? Cookie Order? Not Cookie Order. Sorry, Rare finding 2 kills on basically 15 HP, and just the collapse onto that pillars into B main. That was too much for the side of Silly Goobers to really handle.
No, yeah, the crunch coming through from the Siren, just clamping down on the hopes of Silly Goobers in the round, as now this rubble control going to be established by the side of the Sirens. The smoke to come out going to make that almost impossible to push, especially on the eco.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting that you don't. I've seen teams do it, right? It is interesting that they don't buy when they're 3-10 down, even on the, even when they don't have as much money as a side of XNS after losing that pistol. But you can already see, just going to C side, they actually have it cleared. They just need to get in there a bit quicker, and this will be spike planned, which will be good for the economy, and they can maybe look for some sort of, I don't want to say miracle, but some sort of unlikely win here for the side of Goobers and finding this post-plant situation. You can already see Red gets one with Cookie Hoarder, probably was stunned up with the Teo drone, and well, Red gets another, looking for a third Red, looking for the ace here, impossibility, and well, everything is going down. Everyone's getting traded left, right, and center, but it does not matter, because guess what? The Sirens will win the 11th round. It was a good hold from the side of the Silly Goobers, but unfortunately with the gun advantage, it just was not quite enough.
Indeed, as they're going to move up into the 11th round and start to look to close out this game. 3 rifles carried over into the bonus, but it's going to be the timeout coming through from the side of Silly Goobers. They want to work out how they're getting back into this game.
How will they get back? This is the round. You gotta win, right? Oh, you gotta win this round. You've got to win this round. This is the bonus round for the side of Silly Goobers. The timeout is taken, as you can see on screen. This is a huge, huge round for Silly Goobers. They lose this round, they very much likely lose the next, and it's 13-3. I've been around a lot of 13-2s, 13-3s this tournament already, so this could be another for me. But I mean, this is looking very, very good for the side of Sirens. Again, have been perfect in basically every round except 2 I can name. One I think was cleanly won by the side of Silly Goobers, but 2 they made mistakes on, like we said before, was the thrifty stuck defuse, and was the Armageddon somehow catching the breach of the Sirens. So it's going to be interesting here. This is do or die for the side of Silly Goobers. And listen, after this, it doesn't get much easier. We're just talking about after this match. We'll talk about that later. But the next opponent
we'll hold that. Yeah,
we'll hold that for a second. But listen, once we get to the post match, and if this finishes in a loss for the Silly Goobers, this could be a tough day for the Silly Goobers. But we'll see.
Yeah, no, as I don't mind that smoke from the side of Purin. It's typically one thrown by the defense when they're opting to give up that rubble control, but it can definitely be used by the attack to claim it. But Rare, there's 3 players over towards this site. The salvos come out, and a boombot for salvos is definitely going to be a worthy trade.
Yep.
Should they manage to get control elsewhere on the map, and now the smoke from Purin's is going to get its value, but now it becomes so difficult to push through. The smoke over towards stairs is going to allow them relative safety, especially since they are pushing onto the empty site.
Yeah, I mean, this is the perfect round, right?
Yeah, and it's still
in terms of taking control, in terms of at least. Getting into A side is very hard, especially if just a lot of utility being used at that lobby and rubble. But, you don't get a kill, obviously. It's a 5v5 retake, but at least there's something there. You see all utility coming down. Kumai, and, well, Scraps doesn't know where she is right now, but they do get a kill. So 45 situation here on the retake for Sirens. They need to get this to basically confirm themselves the victory. But I don't like this. I mean, look at this. This is actually huge. Teapot is just sticking the defuse. Teapot is sticking the defuse, looking for anything. Teapot will get it! And the salvos come out! But Teapot, exactly like the first half! Exactly like the first half, but in reverse of the teams! It's Sirens who gets the win! The stuck defuse there works out in the end by a second, and Sirens are one way from claiming their first map here in the Athena series.
Anything you can do, I can do better, said Aaron as Teapot just jumps on that spike. And it's almost it's an almost identical position, except that the side, except that the side of Silly Goobers are actually in tree, and it's just the pressure of the players and the util that forces them back and allows Teapot to stick onto that spike. We're going to hold that thought as Cookie and Kumali are looking toward the seaside. Going to be able to identify the KJ and identify the weak sides. They're going to start initiating out onto the site.
Yeah, they're going to initiate onto site. I mean, like you said, that's so unfortunate. A second earlier, if the Teo salvo goes down, then that's the round one for the side of the Silly Goobers. But you can actually see just rotating the bit after showing a bit of C presence and a quick rotation at that and a quick execution at that. And you can already see Armageddon is actually on the side of the Sirens, and that will just deny plant for now. And so now it becomes a weird situation. Teapot does get a Zana. You can see they're all just rolling out as Rare gets two, looking for a third, and actually got Spike. And it's just all going wrong for the side of Silly Goobers. It's 4v1, looking for anything. Scraps gets one, but the GGs come out as Teapot gets the final kill. And that is the first game of the day here on the stream done. Sirens take care of business, 13-3 in a convincing fashion, and will hope to do better in this tournament and secure themselves a playoff spot and a high seed playoff spot at that. Good work to Sirens.
Indeed, it's discipline and trading that just comes through once more, and the usage of that Armageddon to deny the plant. And there's not much to say other than the Sirens who were just the better team, better usage of the utility, more decisive in those plays, more disciplined. And really, the only time Silly Goobers were able to get in a word edgewise in the map was when the Sirens made a mistake. The mispositioning that led to the 6th defuse early in the first half, the unfortunate incident involving an Armageddon in round 11. These were the only times that the Silly Goobers were allowed into the match. So and they were from those Siren mistakes, and Sirens were able to keep it clean for most of that match, and that's why they came out 13-3 on top.
Yeah, sorry, I just was watching back the Teapot defuse. I mean, that was crazy. But for all the viewers out there, we will be back, right, for the next game. It's going to be very interesting, right? Silly Goobers, 13-3. You guys fought Siren good. You guys and girls fought Sirens are good. Oh my goodness, the next game we've got is Exsto Gaming Game Changers, and they came second in Split 1. They're the second best on paper team in OCE right now. They're the best team on paper at this Athena series. Silly Goobers are going to have to get a miracle, but can they do it? Let's see. We'll be right back, and we'll see you for game 2 of the stream. Welcome back, everybody. Well, I just want to make a comparison before we get into everything else. 22nd of February, 1980, it was between the Soviet team and the USA hockey team. Hockey team, USA hockey was a bunch of amateurs, and the Soviet team was a fully professional pledged outfit. It was one of the greatest upsets we've ever seen, one of the greatest calls you'll ever hear. And do you believe in miracles? Yes. What I'm saying is that this translates to now. It translates to the game that we're about to be seeing. But first, before we get into that, we're going to our sponsors, because, you know, our sponsors was announced today. We showed we can get there eventually, but our sponsors there we go. Okay, Exsto, Logitech. What a sponsorship, right?
Yeah, great.
I'm a bit lost word for words, but listen, Logitech and Exsto, they've teamed up here. They're here to give players some prizes. Viewers out there, I'm not looking at you, viewers. Yes, you of thousands of dollars of Logitech products, and it will be fun to see what that will be. Thank you, Logitech, for sponsoring the Athena series. We're very glad to have you on as partners. Now, we are just going to quickly go for the people that did not see highlights. Day 2. All right, now, have fun with watching them. Of Group 1, I should say.
Hello everyone and welcome back to day 2 of the Exsto Athena series. My name is Atlas, I'm joined by Atro, and we have the final 2 rounds of the group stage on our hands today.
Yeah, the best. They have to hope for the best, and they get one, he's gonna see, we'll get more, and he's looking.
In the person so far on the duel list, Paranoia is well absolutely on point with Valor with the classic responding. Pasley still driving it forward. Pasley just looking to clean up everything by herself.
Versus 2 now. It's got a little longer place in it next time, but there's actually there is a little bit of space there. It's gonna be stuck all the way through.
They're not swinging! Gonna pull this line though. Get it, the fights are not going their way though. It's gonna be Chisel hunting for the ace!
Oh my! Sorry, Lord, that is incredible by Chisel. Gets the ace.
Over here, Pasley looking just to make the impact happen with the Vandal. So good for 1 for now, but taking out Skepnoblade is actually a huge pick, because taking out the Omen over there means that there's no smokes for them to use.
What did that
great
paint shot
shots.
do? I don't know how that's happened. I mean, listen, man, I coach cricket. I couldn't tell you how to throw that. That was that was insane.
And we're back, and you can just see, just quickly going through, that was Group A standings from last week. We go just a quick little overview here. Map we'll talk about, but yeah, I just wanted to make that comparison to the Miracle on Ice in 1980. It's one of the greatest upsets of all time. Because honestly, let's be real here, Atro. If somehow Silly Goobers win this, it would be the greatest OCE game changers upset of all time. I don't think anything would compare to it. This is a team that unknown against a team that went second in Split 1 official gameplay of game changers, and it's qualified for Split 2 as well, and the favorites of this tournament as well. Atro, I mean, like I said, this would have to be the biggest upset. Maybe not only of OCE of all time, of probably game changers of all time.
No, yeah, it's very much, excuse me, very much a David versus Goliath matchup here. And so, yeah, Silly Goobers are definitely going to have some tricks to pull out of their hat if they're going to want to come away with the win here. But we'll move swiftly on into that map veto, as we will be heading over to Haven.
Haven, yeah. I mean, you can talk about Haven, about what the gameplay. I would say it's similar to a sense, right, of that it's got 3 sites like Lotus, but it varies much, right, in terms of the entire gameplay of the map.
Yeah.
Would you say that, Atro?
Yes. The A-long control, definitely an area that teams like to fight for, but with the more open mid area and a lot more options in terms of where you can go once you're able to get into that mid area, that sort of like C long becomes a lot less important for teams to fight for, unless you're going for something like a C rush or just trying to set up a post plant down long there. And so yeah. For these teams, that mid control is going to be very, very important, and that A long control is going to be very, very important. But we should be getting into Agent Select very, very soon here. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna say I have certain expectations here, which are actually immediately being subverted.
Yeah, they're being subverted. Can you talk about why? It's
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Haven. Now, last week we did see a couple of Tejos on this map, but a lot of teams have been shifting more towards this ISO. And I do find it quite interesting, especially that a team like Silly Goobers are willing to go into something like the ISO, because ISO does have the utility of that contingency, and now the suppress with the I forget what they're called. But a lot of ISO is about the confidence in those fights, and just being as willing as possible to take any fight and really stick it to the side of Exsto. And so, but yeah, we have mostly mirrored comps from the two teams here. The Sova and the Cypher's definitely staples, as it's a very information-heavy map compared to the others. Meanwhile, the only difference between the teams will be the Yoru versus the Neon. The Neon for the side of Exto, I believe, and the Yoru for the side of Silly Goobers.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. Same comps, but different duelists.
Yeah, no. As I will say, that Yoru can sometimes, and has been historically played as a bit of an initiator, but I'm gonna have to hold that thought, as Exto are not stopping down their C. down this C site. The slide to come through, but no kills found, as we might just be moving into a 5v5 post plant on this pistol.
Yeah, I mean, the confidence of Exsto, they must feel like, you know what I feel like maybe is the goal for Exsto? It's a 13-0. I think that is the goal if they're fully locked in. But Scrapes is saying no to that already. And actually, Scrapes is getting 2. Could this be a first upset? Well, Soko does get scrapped. And looking for another is Soko. They're going for the defuse. I don't know if they heard it. They didn't hear it, but they got off of it. A stuck defuse might have won them the round there. But Soko gets a free K. It looked a bit troubling for a second for the side of Silly Goobers, but Sirens... sorry, not Sirens, I should say. Exto, they don't get it to work. They make it work out in the end and they win the round.
Yeah, no, and yes, as Scraps with some good kills from that ISO, really putting their money where their mouth is. And but it was the Neon. I don't quite remember don't quite remember who they are. Was able to pick up the, pardon the pun, the scraps of that round.
It's just a quick look. This is just quick again. It's just so quick. And that is just a round over. I mean, I'm sorry I had to cut you off there, Atro, but the round is basically done in about 4 seconds because the confidence of Exto Gaming is showing here. They want to claim this tournament in the name of themselves. They want to defend this title from any other team that dares take the Athena series. It's 2-0, 2-0, I should say, for the side of Exto. A quick round. Exto not messing around.
Yeah, no, Exto just making sure a quick, and especially a clean anti-eco, only dropping the one player there to an unfortunate right click. But this is arguably going to be the most important round for Exto if they are looking to end this game quickly. As Scraps is pushing out, but not finding any joy. As now Soko is heading towards the site. Sumai is there to greet them.
Yeah,
But the second player has already gone down. And this is not looking good for the side of Silly Goobers.
It just isn't. Exto, you could just see already. You know, we talked about it'd have to be a great upset. It would have to be the biggest upset in game changes in any form history. It would have to be, because this Exto team is just so complete. You know, definitively the second best team in game changes here in the OC region. Best team in the tournament on paper, looking to defend that title for Exto. And you could just see Soko looking, and Omen actually manages to come out. Now they do have this 5v2 post plan, and it's just going to be too much for the side of Silly Goobers. And that will be the round for, that will be the round for the side of Exto, as Cookie Water, they will just save the Vandal into the next round.
Yeah, no, Cookie Order opting to keep that Vandal, as they're gonna have to play up on that hero rifle in the next round. And Exto moving up to a 3-0 scoreline. Oh, pardon me, as a small jump scare.
It's too much, yeah. They're just jump scaring it, right? Exto, they're winning rounds too much, and they're just jump scaring everyone. And I mean, just right now, we do have a bit of a delay, but I mean, let's be honest here, Atro. The first game of the other stream just finished. That was an OT classic I just saw, just judging by the scoreline. So listen. Hopefully everyone's come up to us, and maybe we'll again see another blowout here, judging by the way Exto is playing, because I mean. They just look like a different class right now, and Soko especially, 6-0. The only players that have died have been Shapeler and Sonza. That's it, and it looks like it's just going to be another free site. Just on this economy round, 5v5 retake's going to happen. Oh my goodness. I'm not sold on the retake happening at all. Yeah, me neither. As Cypher Cam just spots everyone out as well, and while that is just taken, and you can see, I do not know what to call this player. I'm sorry. Gets 2 as you can see. Gets Shapeplay, actually gets another 2 as well. I should just say the Cypher. And Sonza does get the other kill as well. So that is the round for the side of Exto Gaming. Listen, I said first round, you're looking for a 13-0 if you're Exto. Make it done quick. And it looks like they're trying to achieve that, Atro.
Yeah, no, the timeout called by the side of Silly Goobers, seeing what they might be able to do in response to what is just overwhelming aggression. As I believe that player, you had no idea what to call them. They go by Hyel.
Hyel, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
there we
so
go,
Hyel. Yeah, just able to. It was a little bit messy for a second there, but they were able. But she was able to control that spray down and take out the 2 kills. And yeah, just no real word into that round for the side of Silly Goobers. But now it's a new round. It's a new fresh slate, and they should be able to buy up and see if they can start to get any response going.
Yeah, I mean, all so far is going according to plan for Exto, right? In the Exto Athena series, the owners watching on, you could guess as well. It's just all sunshines and rainbows so far. And again, like I said, it would have to, in their first game as well, this is their first game of the tournament, as they didn't play in that 6 p.m. time slot. So first game of the tournament for Exto, or at least on stream. And you could just see, just taking this control at C Long already. I mean, the confidence is brewing within this Exto side. They might just even just go for the execute through the smoke here. Depends on what they want to do. Looks like they will go for it with the Sova Dart. Going to hit now. And
the Hunter's Fury is available, but I don't know if it's going to be used as the hit comes in.
Yeah, it could be a post-plan thing that is utilized to just defend post-plan. It's such an OP position, especially at C Long. Soko gets Kamar through the smoke. Are you kidding me? Soko gets through the smoke. I believe maybe you saw them. I looked away for a second. I really don't know. But now it's just a 3v4 situation. Now Scraps actually does get one, but can't find another. Soko's looking for the ace. And while no, that's denied by Sonza getting Cookie Hoarder. It's a 3v1 situation. Folks, this might be a stomp because Exto, they're not taking the foot off the gas at all. They're playing professionally and they're playing at their best so far, Atro.
Yeah, no, look at the ultimate economy coming into this next round. The Neural Theft ready, the Overdrive ready, the Hunter's Fury ready, and the Kill Contract ready to be issued. And so, but it is an eco now again from the side of Silly Goobers. So we might not even see those ultimates invested. Silly Goobers, only the kill contract to their name, as I'll ignore that for a second. As Exto going to take quick control, but the kill contract is issued. Pardon me. And the site is coming in.
Oh!
But
come on! It's looking good!
Yeah, no.
It's looking good!
It's all gone wrong here. Scraps to take the fight.
No!
We'll lose it.
Yeah, no. Exto, this is the chance. This is a chance for Goobers to get at least a round on Exto. I was going to say before the series, maybe even just a round would be a consolation win for this team. Kumai does use the ultimate ability here. So now Azana does see Shayplay. Shayplay is in a bit of trouble, but nothing can be found. It's all up to Kumai with the Vandal. A 1v1 situation. Can the team do it? They know. Oh my goodness. They know. The Cypher knew. Kamai is just looking. Might go out of the Cypher smoke. It does go out of the Cypher smoke. Oh no, the trip. The camera is put down. The only chance, really, you would think so far on a 50 round, and Kumai actually defuses, but that is known to be a fake as the camera spots that out. Kumai just needs to tap it again. Soars one. Kumai gets the 4K, and that won't be a 13-0 for Exto. Silly Goobers, well, they can proudly say, even if they lose this match, they were not 13-0 by Exto. Kamai with a huge 4K on the 50 round. And incredible seeds as Goobers get their first round of the game.
As, Exto running into the stack goes horribly wrong as Kumai manages to grab two quick kills. The dimensional drift had to be committed But when the neural and the kill contract came out from the side of Exto, you'll take that any day of the week. This could be a huge confidence booster for them, and the start of them getting back into this game. It's going to be up to Exto to forge a response and see what they can do.
Exto kind of lost their discipline there. Maybe thought it was, things were a bit too easy for them. Maybe he just took the ball off and just took the focus off. Didn't concentrate enough that round. Maybe just thought, oh, we can bring our B game, even our A game. You've got to bring your S game every round here. So Exto looking to just do that this round. A very, very slow execute, but the stack here is the correct stack by the side of Silly Goobers. And well, Scraps does not even find one. Now Kumai does find one, but Kumai is the only player really that has found any sort of impact during these two games so far. So it's going to be a very hard 3v4 retake here, and it's great setup there. You just see a bit of a crossfire there with one player, well, two player under actually as well, and one player playing that sewer, near that sewer position, I should say. Cookie Order does get Soko. Now Purance does get tapped out. It's actually Cookie Order does get one. Izana, it's all up to Izana, and between the other side of L, it's all up to Izana, and Nuff cannot find it. So the 1v1 clutch is then found by the side of Exto here, and that is
Hyel coming through big time to secure that round, but my god, did it get close. Cookie Quarter with 2 excellent kills on the retake. But Hyel will be the one to shut the door. And now Silly Goober is going to be forced down onto this low buy. Well, we saw what happened on the last low buy, so let's see if they can make something special happen again.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're giving at least Exto and these last 2 rounds at least a bit of a run for their money. That's all you can. That's really a great sign for the side of Silly Goobers in these upcoming matches, and still this game as well. We shouldn't write them out, but Zana does get killed from that lurk on the Cypher. So 4v5 situation, they do stack again, but Soko does get Kumai. So now a 5v3. It looks like Exto after those two, the lost round there and the 1v1 clutch, looks like they're basically back into it. You can just see the Cypher taking away just any side control here of C. So it looks like this is just going to be a C side plan. Looking at the side, nothing really to lose here with the pistols. And it will all be down to, it's just going to all be down to what they can do here. Maybe get rid of some guns, but economy is looking great on the side of Goobers, and Sonza just waits and gets the final kill on the Purance. 7-1, and that is it for the economy round. No 50 this time for the side of Silly Goobers. Exto takes 7-1 lead.
Yeah, no, Exto not letting that thrifty round get in their heads, just going straight back into business and playing the best that they can as a sneaky little trip from Inzana there, but doubt that's going to get much in the way of value. There's a bit of a default coming out from Exto now, this buy round. Still very important to secure for the side of Exto if they want to wrap this one up quickly, but the rotations are good.
Coming and ISO will get caught out there by the kill contract of the ISO. Sonda looking for the kill and whoa, gets Purans with that. So that will be side taken. Azana does get one, but is traded out immediately. Kumai does need to find one, needs to find the second, but is traded by Soko. And so it's now a 3v2 situation. They do have backside still, but that is just Soko getting another. Soko 13-2 so far. And it looks like it's just going to be another round save for Cookie Hoarder. In terms of Vandal, just looking at chat, it is interesting. Just looking back a couple rounds, that chat was very happy when Silly Goobers got that first round, but nothing could be seen since here. And you can just see actually gun is spotted off into the spawn, but looks like they won't chase after it, it does feel like. So looks like this is going to be A1. And, well, it's just been a complete demolition by Exto Gaming, which we did expect. But at least for a couple of these plays and these rounds, at least Goobers have given something to shout about, especially against a team of this caliber.
Yeah, no, this is definitely not... I would even hazard to call this a blowout, as there's definitely a couple of rounds that could have gone either way. Cookie Hoarder does get one, takes the fight against the second, but only gets their armor chipped off. As Exsto now moving up to an 8-1 scoreline. The economy of... the economy is going as... a timeout called by Exsto. Interesting.
Just saw someone in chat. Again, we're on delay, so a bit delayed reading chat a bit, but I want to read chat. Just want to see what people think. Someone said, what happened to EXG Roman? Well, he is the head coach of this team right now. He's the head coach of Exto Game Changers, and obviously doing a very, very good job, as we can see. Very professional outfit, a great, just a really... It's just fun watching them. You know, they understand the professional qualities. It's not really puggy. They've got really good understanding of when to execute, to slow push, to take control of the map in some situations. It's good to see, you know, Exto bringing this performance, and you know, they've really listen. They've shown a lot here. Exto actually, they are the ones here to take a timeout. I didn't even peep that. So Roman wants to speak with his players a bit, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this. But yeah, I mean, this is so far just been. Listen, we could say how Goobers are playing. You know, I know it is 8-1. We could say they're trying their hardest, but you know, at the end of the day, Exto are showing us why they are the tournament favorites here in their fan series.
Indeed. As Soko catches Cookie Order looking at a dart, and I think that hero rifle is still in the hands of Kumai. The flash to come out, but Soko just turns it, and I think there's a round. And barring a absolute travesty to the side, barring an absolute travesty, I think this round's all over but the crying. The Senza is going to be the one to entry.
Yeah, I mean, Sonza does get one appearance. Professional by Exto. They easily could have just probably they knew all the players on the site, and they probably could have just taken the fight if they wanted to. But obviously, since they know all players are there, they know Seaside is open, so they could just take the site, get the plant down, get everything locked down, and then probably hunt for these rifles in a bit as Sting is a 5v2 situation. So just a professional round here from Exto. It's what we expect from Exto. It's not round. Nothing really else to say. They just won the early battle duels here, and then they just saw that all players were on A, so they just rotated over to C, and that's the round. So 9-1 to Exto, and yeah, Exto starting their tournament exactly how they wanted.
Indeed. Scraps now.
Scraps actually does get one, but Soko is actually killed by the Bucky of Inzana, so they actually are being a bit careful here, just of the post-plant situation. They don't want to give up this round. You could just see Inzana actually gets another, and could even find another, but Kia does get the kill there onto Inzana. It looked for a second that Inzana had a chance to win that round, but that life of that round is sniffed out pretty quickly by Kia. And yeah, I mean, just looking at the scoreboard right now, it's Soko with 16-4. Nothing really else to say here. It's just been domination by Exto. Again, like we keep saying, it's expected, but just good Valorant we're seeing here from I would say from Exto.
Yeah. As the next round is going to begin with the kill contract. Almost immediately issued Sonza, but Cookie Hoarder wins it out. A big pick here.
Could they find the second of the half? That would be double as maybe I expected, but Soko just deletes Kumai with no remorse to life. She just deletes her off the map, and Soko looking for another peek, begging for another peek, maybe even from Heaven, and does know one is Heaven now because of that Cypher. Now, they do know that multiple players are on here, so they could actually just rotate the C side if they wanted, but it seems like they're just being maybe a bit going in here. Scraps does get killed, by the Siphon. Soko gets cookie order. Looking for more is Soko. It's a 2v4 situation, and they're just slowly pushing themselves out of the pushing Goobers out of the round. Purins with a desperate omen. Teleportation ultimate. Does use the smoke. Has to at least find one here. You could just see the Cypher watching that flank. Has to look at the right. Does see, but nothing can be done there with the perfect timing. And Zana does find one. So 1v3 situation. Now that is actually Sword. And you can just see perfect discipline from both players. Had to drop down, and the Cypher and the Omen of Exto, while they make the job done, it looked a bit tricky there for a second, and they went for a fight, and they got a fight, and while Exto still win, even though A-Site was completely stacked with silly Goober players.
Yeah, no, running into the stack this time goes well for the side of Exto as they move up to a 10-1 scoreline.
Yes, this should do.
Look at the ultimates from the side of Silly Goobers. If there's ever going to be a time that they're able to just dump ultimates into a round, it's now. But we'll have to hold that thought as Sonzo's pushing up this C.
Yeah, pushing up. Sorry for the hail, by the way. That is the Cypher's name, I will now remember that completely, as I've just been blanking out. But you can already see 4v3 situation here. You can actually see, well, Purin's had a chance there at winning the round. Soko has the ornament activated here, and you can just see that Cookie Hoarder is just being slowly pushed out of this link as our Scraps is just the leader, and Soko finds another. She's on fire tonight, and she's 20-5 at the half. We switch sides, and yeah, I mean, good half. We just look at the scoreboard if we can. I mean, just looking at the scoreboard, we just see Soko having a great game. Hale, of course, having an awesome game as well. And on the other side, it's really been Kumai's fault. Yeah, I mean, we just saw that from Hale. Bit of a mistake, but you're 11-1 up. You're allowed to make those. I don't think she would care that much. But on the other side, Cookie would have probably been the most.
Don't tell me she's gonna try it again.
She might. I mean, listen, you don't need HP as a Cypher.
She's sitting on cam. Good. Yeah, she took a maximum amount of damage you can take falling there. By the way, 19. Most full damage places you only take about 15, but we'll have to leave that to one side as the pistol round starts off, and Silly Goobers are looking towards C, but Exto.
Look at the Cypher. The Cypher, Zana gets spotted out, and so now it's going to be a 5v4 retake here for the side of Exto. They're looking for this pistol conversion here. You just see it coming in from all angles, except flank. Scraps does get one, but can't get another. Soko gets a trade. Soko gets two. Looking for Kumai gets killed, and that is just the round. Everyone gets traded out. Hale gets two at the end, and that is the round over. And so it is 12-1. One more round and we're done with this map, and we can go to the next one, and then that's our day over here, Atro.
Yeah, no, I do like the idea from the side of Silly Goobers, as a lot of teams will just tend to fall back to that long area and try to get the spam downs from there. But I appreciate that they were willing to brawl it out on the site, as it's going to be a timeout called by the coach of Silly Goobers.
Yeah, I mean, timeout is called here by the side of Silly Goobers. It's 12-1. Listen, I think this is it, probably. I feel like the next round is it, so we might be going to break soon. But listen, if you're Silly Goobers, be proud you got one round against Exto. That to me is a win in any mark, at least in an official tournament. I think you would take that.
Yeah, no, and they've definitely looked like that that they could have taken more than just the one.
Yeah,
and it really wasn't off of like a big mistake from Exto. They just kind of outplayed them in that round. It did take a bit of heroics, but in a matchup like this, what sort of play does not require heroics? As we're probably going to see a force from the side of from the side of Silly Goobers, but Exto
Revealing area.
looking to close this one out.
Yeah, I mean, this is it, right? Map point. I mean, wasn't expected Silly Goobers to do anything really in this matchup, unfortunately. Looking as Anna does get one, looking for the second, but Shape does get Sonzai and Shape and Kugyo and Azana, and that is actually Spike dropped. And that will be noted on the map. So much control being lost here as well. Shape, they're just going into their spawn. There's nothing you can do. Scrapes gets one, and that is GG as Hale gets the kill. Exto start off the Exto Athena series 1-0 in terms of games won here, and it is just expected. Congratulations to Exto Gaming. They tournament favorites are looking hot for the title here in the Athena series.
No, yeah, a confident victory over the side of Silly Goobers. As 13-1, hard not to feel good about that. But there really isn't much to analyze. Silly Goobers did have some good play at times, able to get in one round and come close in a few, but in the end, Exto were just the better team.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it didn't even matter. It didn't matter for it didn't matter for Silly Goobers.
The overall result.
Unfortunately for Silly Goobers, it didn't matter as much. You know, at least they got around. That's more than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be 13-0. I'm not going to lie. I thought this was going to be 13-0. So, and there were plays and rounds where they were at least competitive and at least showed a bit of spirit to Exto. But I mean, I could go on here and glaze on how good Exto is, and we could do that the entire match. We know how good Exto is. They're the tournament favorites, like I've said 10 million times. They're such a complete team. They're coached very well. There's nothing really more to say that this team is just an incredible team. And not for game changers standard as well. It just is going to show a lot of it's just going to be a very hard team to defeat for any team this tournament, to defeat this team to claim that Athena series from them. But with that being said, we've got one more game left for us here at this stream. If you want to quickly go and check out Exto Gaming and see what the other game is going on, I would implore you to do that while we're in break. But we will go to a break here, and we'll be back for the third game. Can Goobers get a win? Maybe not, because they're against Eternal Valor Esports, which I would say is the second best team. But can they post a pretty competitive game? Well, potentially. Well, let's hope for it. We don't want all stomps today. Let's hope for a competitive game in this third game. We'll see you at the break. We'll see you after the break, I should say. For game 3, it's going to be Silly Goobers versus Eternal Valor Esports. See you then. And we're back with the Athena series for the third game of the day. Before we get into sponsors and that, I've got to do it. I just want to apologize if anyone was offended by what I said or what I did to demean the team of silly Goobers. I love their team. I think it's a great underdog team. And I apologize for anyone that took my comments away that can be seen as negative. I didn't mean that. And I hope throughout this game, you can feel better as I will try and cast everything more in a positive light because it's our last game of the day. So who cares? It's our last game and then we're free. And listen, it's going to be fun to watch, but we're going to quickly go to our sponsor, which is Exsto and Logitech. We want to just thank Logitech quickly for what they have announced today. Obviously, was the Logitech sponsor with Exsto Gaming. This sponsorship and partnership, I should say, will give players prizes and even you viewers out there, yes, you viewers, thousands of dollars of products of Logitech stuff. And that, stay tuned for future announcements of that kind. But
we love you, Logitech.
We love you, Logitech. But last thing of the day, what I want to say is I want to we'll get into if you haven't seen the last two times we've done it, one more time. Group A was a banger. Not this, the other group, Group 1. Group 1 was a banger. We had so many fun times. And this is just day 2 highlights that our friend Atlas produced. So enjoy watching them.
Roll the clip.
Hello everyone and welcome back to day 2 of the Exsto Athena series. My name is Atlas, I'm joined by Atro, and we have the final 2 rounds of the group stage on our hands today.
Yeah, the best. They have to hope for the best and they look like what he's going to see. We'll get more and he's looking.
In the person so far on the duel list, Paranoia as well, absolutely on point with Valor with the classic responding. Pasley still driving it forward. Pasley just looking to clean up everything by herself.
Versus 2 now. It's been a little longer placing it next time, but there's actually there is a little bit of space there.
Wait,
they're not swinging!
They're not swinging! Gonna hold this line though. Get it, the fights are not going their way though. It's gonna be Chisel hunting for the ace!
Oh my! Sorry, Lord, that is incredible by Chisel! Gets the ace!
Over here, Pasley looking just to make the impact happen with the Vandal. So, good for 1 for now, but taking out Skepnoblade is actually a huge pick, because taking out the Omen over there means that there's no smokes for them to use.
What did that
great
paint shot
shells.
do? I don't know how that's happened. I mean, listen, man, I coach cricket. I couldn't tell you how to throw that. That was that was insane.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. I mean, you just saw a bit of Group 1. You can see the results there. Coven and Shimimi were the 2 ones that were seen there. Other 2 teams that went in are Rapid and Brat Division. 5th and 6th, unfortunately, out of the tournament is Fearless and the Poofy Pandas. Now we get into our third and final map. Pick, veto, whatever you want to call it.
We're going back to Lotus.
Yeah,
we're going back to
Atro.
Lotus.
It's Lotus. Yep.
Yes. I am not in the market for repeating my. Actually, okay. I'll give the Cliff Notes version. Rubble important, mound important, potential for lurks, because we saw that definitely in the first game, and yeah, that's about it when it comes to last thing, Breach Tejo.
Yeah.
That's if you knew nothing about Lotus before I started, congratulations, you know now everything about Lotus.
Yeah.
But we have Silly Goobers matching up against Eternal Valor. Silly Goobers looking to bounce back, try and claim their first game of the day. Eternal Valor, I'm unsure of their record so far.
1-1 at least. Don't know. I think they've only won 1 game, and I think it was a double overtime, like triple.
Oh
overtime,
yeah, the double
classic.
overtime against who?
Noob Esports.
Noob Esports.
Yeah.
Given that I don't know the strength of that team, it's hard to say who might be able, what that 1-1 record means. But yeah, Eternal Valor definitely would prefer to go up to a 2-1 record. That'd put them in a strong position for day 2. Silly Goobers, as mentioned before, still searching for their first win. As yeah, that would definitely help give them a confidence boost going into day 2. As we should have Agent Select coming up very, very soon.
Yeah, we are getting Agent Select right now, but I just wanted to
There
quick.
it is.
Yeah, there we go. We'll talk about it in a second. But yeah, I mean, what's going to win? Is it going to be the org of Eternal Valor Esports, or is it going to be the power of friendship with the side of
with us silly little Goobers as yeah
Goobers. But yeah,
as we look at the character select here, that's a change. That's a Yoru onto the side of Moonlight, I believe.
Yeah, Eternal Valor. Yep.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit of indecisiveness on the other side, but from the side of Silly Goobers, there we go, losing track of the teams. We do have that Breach Tahoe coming out. The Vise, is that? No, that's not new. Sorry, I was about to say, is that new? But no, Inaza was on that for the game 1. As we're also going to see the Killjoy hovered. Killjoy, I think, definitely has fallen out of favor with the release of the Vise, but you can see that there are a couple of teams in this tournament that are definitely very willing to go in that direction. I believe it was Silly Gibbs' opponents in game 1, whose names have already eluded me. Oh my god, help me out here.
It was, oh my god, Sirens.
The Sirens, yes. The Sirens, I believe, choosing to pick that one up as it was Ellis. I've run out of names. Okay, I've run out of the memory space for all these names, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sirens choosing to pick up that Killjoy over the Vise. As yeah, the Killjoy definitely does have that sort of denial, as we see as Kenzie here with a little goober of her own in the bear.
Yeah, if we can get
on
yeah.
Sorry, that's just I don't know if we can see it on the stream.
No, we can't. But
it
was a little teddy bear.
It's a little probably one of the best things added for that little flex slot thing. But there's no time to explain because we are already getting into the first round.
I love this. I love their execute. I love this execute. This is the best execute Silly Goobers have done all day. Just a fast execute, knowing how much. I actually like this push as well because now you have complete control over C League. This is what we want to see from the Silly Goobers. Two from the flank. Need to find something. They're just both killed though. No. Silly Goobers are in a bit of trouble here, Durari. It looks so good. Cookie Order does get one. Looking for a second. Cookie Order gonna get the third. Oh, it doesn't get the fourth. And Cookie Hoarder almost had the clutch, but Moonlight denies it. There we go. The Goobers here to play. Let's go. That was a good first round. I mean, oh my goodness.
Love that. A well-disciplined round, clearing out the angles with the Raze, the Tahoe, stopping the fast retake from coming in, and on the post plant, especially on that B site, you can't be content with just taking the site unless you're in that sort of numbers disadvantage. And so Silly Goobers push through and look for that and look for the spawn play, but the flank of
going again.
As stop me if you've heard this one before. It's another fast beat, but the protocols are there in response. Is now Kenzie going to be the one taking contact.
Looks for two. Oh, right clicked the third, but couldn't find the kill. So that will be 4v3 situation. Kumai, does hear that one is waterfall. Purins is speaking out and unfortunately doesn't get a kill, and Irina does. Playing at least would be good here. Playing is good here for the Goobers, and although that is the round, you get a plan on the economy round here, and although not a lot of players taken down for Eternal Valor, at least Goobers can bring some money into the next round and hope for more.
Yeah, the plant going down is going to be an economic boon as the Killjoy, I didn't quite catch the name, but their right click looking more like my right clicks whenever I try to go for them in my games. Kenzie, that's it, unable to get the frag.
Right click one and then right click the other.
Yeah, but unfortunately unable to connect. Still on for 2, so still getting a lot of damage done. But now we have to see what Silly Goobers want to do into this first round. It's going to be Moonlight over towards A, watching for that push.
Listen, as casters, you always cheer. You're always neutral, but you always cheer for the underdog, and that is Silly Goobers here. You know, we like this team. Oh my goodness, actually, Terrari does maybe a bit of a strange jump peek, and that doesn't really work out. Now, Moonlight does have that outlaw, does tag down Valor to basically 1 HP.
The heavy armor, though, saving his life.
Yeah,
but he will be down to 10 HP. He's going to be very unfavored in any gunfights he might take, as Kenzie is assigned as the anchor over towards C.
Yeah,
and the push coming in.
Yeah, and Kenzie, while trying to look for a kill here, I don't know if one is out. Actually gets one, needs to be careful. The teleport out is actually smart. Can look for Purins. Good work from Purins getting that refrag onto Kenzie. They do need to find the plan here. Flash goes out by the breach. You can just see Terrari here trying to find any space if they can, waiting for the plan, but nothing will be done here because the rotation is coming over to B. I like this play a lot, but Moonlight is trying to find a kill here and does tag again, 1 down to 1 HP. Thanks to that heavy armor, does save the buy. So it's a 4v4 situation, but you look at the HPs, it's really low for the side of Silly Goobers, but hoping for their first round here. Terrari, and you can see Purin playing the perfect low pick, and now it's a 3v3 situation here. So low HP play does get at least somewhat. Now Kunai needs to at least try and find someone, and can't find Halfox. So it's a 3v2 situation here now. The breach is a bit low as well. Moonlight looking, and the flash is just perfect for the side. Cookie Horner does get one into Terrari. Moonlight does try and get the flash out. Now Halfox is defusing. He gets out of the defuse. He does get one. Trying to look for one. Cookie Horner living it out, and he gets it! She gets the clutch! Cookie Horner gets it! And the clutch to find the first round for Silly Goobers on this map goes to the side of Silly Goobers and Cookie Horner. What a clutch by Cookie Horner. I believe a 1v3. And well, if there's anything to say about this Silly Goobers team, they are the clutch meisters when needed. Great round.
They got just Cookie Hoarder in particular, just absolutely ice cold in those clutches. As the spray down is able to convert the round. Halfox just a bit afraid to sick that spike, and that gives Cookie Hoarder the opportunity, and she just dives on it. But we're moving pardon me, into this we're moving into this third round, and the information just being exchanged back and forth, and we'll have to see where it is that Silly Goobers want to end. As the smoke is going to help get them, as the smoke means they gain control over towards rubble. A minor fumble of the gun happens.
Mind controlling them. You gotta mind control it. Moonlight does spot that person of the Rays in Kunai, so looks like a quick execute is going out. And Kenzie does get Zana during that team out. Actually, Moonlight is stunned here, but Kunai they just need to get offside because of that. It's just really good util there by the Tejo Salvos. Moonlight looking for maybe a teleport, trying to find something. You can see Irina does get rid of scraps. It's all a bit falling apart. He needs to find a kill, and you can just see everything falling a bit apart. They couldn't get the plan off in time. Good utility to delay the plan, and once it finally came off, just the retake, just easy for the side of Eternal Valor Esports. Great work from Eve that round.
Yeah, no, the wheels fell off a bit on that round once the plant was denied. Those salvos so strong in denying that plant. Rito nerf when. But I digress. It is going to be Eve who are claiming their third round, and Silly Goobers going to be forced down onto an eco here. But we've seen what they can do on these ecos, and they'll have to see what work they can get done.
Yeah, the clutch queens and the I don't know what you would say, like the economy thrifters. I don't know what you would say.
The thrift queens.
The thrift queens. You know, like they're going in a thrift shop and they're the thrift queens. So thrift queens and clutch queens here, and you can just see fading out that killjoy utility, which is good. You can just see. I actually think this delay from the side of Eve is maybe going to allow the side of Silly Goobers onto side. It's only Kenzie, and Kenzie's a bit in trouble here. Kenzie does find one. They know where a player is, but Howfox is deleted by Kumai. Kumai says goodbye, Howfox. They know one player's back, and you can just see Kumai trying to find something, doesn't find anything, needs to find something. How's Kenzie alive? Not alive for much longer. Cookie Hoarder does get that kill. 3v3 situation. Salvo is perfect. Needs to try and find a kill. They know one is out. Durari, just is on basically 1 HP, but Moonlight unfortunately fortunately gets the kill onto Kumai. So it's now a 3v1 situation, and Zana does not have the gun and is basically strangleholded out of this site, and could at least try and find Davari. Does find Davari. So again, it is a 2v1, but you can just see the time is just so much little. You can just see the peak from Irina. It's just perfect there by Eve. A good try on a economy round here from the side of Silly Goobers, but again, just the retakes of sites by Eternal Valor Esports have been on point so far.
Yeah, no, that round could have gone either way had the fight of Cookie Hoarder versus, I believe it was Durai, gone the other way. That might have just been another thrifty for the side of the Silly Goobers, but unfortunately it was not to be had. But now it's a full buy, and the rocket is coming out. Kumai now in the friendly salvos, tanking up the damage.
They didn't clear out Moonlight though, but Cookie Hoarder, does the job for her and gets rid of Moonlight. So a 4v5 situation now. Breach ultimate in the Rolling Thunder will be invested here. You can see Purins is stunned, but they're actually not taking advantage of this stun. So Purins and Kumai can just wait here. Armageddon roll is also taken, but Purins gets one as well. Scraps is killed by the Armageddon. They're looking for something. Howfox gets one, but Purins actually gets Howfox. It's a 3v1 situation. This is looking all good for the side of Silly Goobers, but now it's a 2v1 situation after Zana is picked off during that main side. So now one tree, one on the top, and you can just see finding these 1v1 Jules, but Cookie Hoarder, she has been the big play this game so far for the side of Silly Goobers, and they are looking good. The best start I would say they've had throughout these 6 rounds for Silly Goobers so far in this tournament.
Indeed, as credit to Irina, she was able to break up what should have been an unbreakable crossfire and is able to isolate the Jules, but it's Cookie Hoarder who is just too good there. But now I think we're in for one hell of a round, because look at all of that ultimate status.
Well, the ultimate status, Eve, they're in economy trouble here. Now, they need to be careful, and Moonlight actually gets the shot away, but I believe he jumps before, so that shot will go nowhere near. And you can just see, trying to take this side and see, they're very happy to let, to at least let a lot of control onto this side. And you could just see, that's going to be side completely taken with the Armageddon ult and Device ult committed.
Steel Garden.
Yeah,
the Steel Garden as well committed.
Yeah, Purins gets Howfox as well from that mid-lurky position, so they have to be careful. Now, Kumai, you can just see taking again this whole control. They need to be careful here, especially Cookie Wood. It does find one, and they know there's multiple here. They do have the Rolling Thunder, remember, as an ultimate. Purins does find ones in the smoke. It's so smart by Purins. They can't get him. They can't get her out. They can't get Purins out here, and they find one. The ult misses on. And now the potential here, the defender killjoy does go out, but again,
It's so late in the round. It's so late in the round.
It's so late in the round, and they have the Rolling Thunder. Azana finds one, Azana finds a second, and Kumai finds a third. This is a game, folks. This all of a sudden has turned into a game. Well, I had to apologize for my disrespect last game. They're showing me up. They're showing why they're the team, because this is looking like it's going to be a tied scoreline. And the side of silly Goobers, they're saying, we are here. We're ready to rumble and show what we can do in this tournament. And Eve look a bit rumbled themselves.
Indeed, as Purins used the From the Shadows to get into that smoke towards the back of the site. They'd already cleared out Cookie Hoarder and Kumai, but just slipping the net there. But the eco here is in Zana. Are they going to figure out that they're about to have a lot of friends? The first and the second could not be found. This should tell them, though, that the Killjoy is all alone. Kenzie doing well to stay alive. The Sheriff shots rattle off, but can only find one. And it's going to be a 3v3 retake. The Dimensional Drift and the Rolling Thunder still available.
Yeah, it's all about wow. The breach ornament is committed there, and the breach utility accidentally committed onto Moonlight is also back-to-back breach from both teams onto Moonlight. You could see they really want to win this round using the breach utility just away on this. Flash is perfect out. Salvos is great. As Purin's actually, this is just amazing. Purin's get a 3K. Great team play. Howfox does get scrapped though, so they just have to play passively. Time will run out. They're just running out. Purin does fine. There's nothing Howfox can do here, especially if the Salvos as well, and they'll just leave the round and take the victory. And Howfox will accept the death. Hoarder can't get out. But it's a great round for the side of Silly Goobers. And although they did invest in Ornament to win that round, definitely worth it. You always want to put rounds on the market here. And, well, it's a tied game. And Silly Goobers showing the best of the best they can produce. And Eternal Valor Esports might need to find something else. It's something different, maybe a timeout soon, just for them to regroup and refocus into this game.
Yeah, indeed. The Rolling Thunder was utilized, but personally, I prefer those teams that are willing to throw just throw the ultimate into rounds, especially rounds that are even, just to secure them. But Kenzie has found Kumai with an excellent pick. And they back off, thinking there might be some aggression coming off of this. And there will. It won't be very late as Kenzie manages to find two.
They will probably get plan off here in a second. You can just see the Scraps versus Kenzie, and well, Scraps finally kills the body of Kenzie, and now it's going to be a 3v4. Howfox gets Cookie Hoarder. That would be unfortunate. Howfox gets another. It's just too much, I think, unfortunately, to the side of Silly Goobers this round. And although it catches one off guard, you would have to say it would be too much with the stun, and yeah, too much to do here. Just the Kenzie kills really, I don't want to say secured the round, but it really helped out that round and the retake. And, well, that's the side of EVE. They get a round back after 3 losing rounds in a row.
Yeah, no, Eve punching back big time, and Kenzie putting up the alley-oop with those 2 early picks. And her team able to follow through and dunk it down. Yeah, I don't know about the economic state of excuse me, Silly Goobers right now, but it still should be good as they've won 3 on the trot. And Kenzie, the question is, will she be challenged, especially after the performance she put up? She's actually going to peek in front of the utility, feeling confident here, and for very good reason, as she's going to find Purins.
Listen, even though I would say Eve maybe haven't been on their best level, Kenzie has been on that level, has kept this team, well, not even kept the team, they put them in a lead. She's just been amazing so far this map. And you could just see just a bit of trepidation from the side of Silly Goobers. They don't know where to go. A lot of times they've played this, right? We've seen Irina and Moonlight play this kind of
the high-low position.
The high-low rival has to actually get out here. So Irina's actually stuck here on side of Rubble. Now Durari does get the kill. They have to find at least one, and while Irina, it's just really good utility. Irina as well gets a second. It's just good rotations, and it's all up to Cookie Hoarder. It looks like they're just going to swarm, and you can just see finds it, and yeah, Moonlight with the kill. And so it is just very it's just great from the side of I mean, I've lost the word, but it's great from the side of Eternal Valor Esports. The timeout, I think, comes correctly here from the side of Silly Goobers. They've been waiting all that time on Rubble, that high-low position. Those rounds where the Silly Goobers would take C and just just take C and go plant. They were always on that position, Rubble, and then finally they come to him, and it pays off. It seems like.
Indeed, it does. As that high-low Rubble was handled. It was the handling of that Rubble position was started well by the side of from the side of Silly Goobers, using the Raise Nade to break the high-low, and executing out with the util. Just that trepidation that you mentioned meant that Durai could get in position to trade them out, to potentially trade out the side of Irina. Thank you, Observer, for helping me out there. But it ended up just being a very solid hold, as Silly Goobers just appeared to be lacking the protocols to deal with that defensive Omen smoke. And that's why Eve are now up 6-4 in this round. But now the timeout has come through, and Silly Goobers are going to be looking to get a bit of a mental reset, and they are just rushing down Kenzie.
Yeah, I like this pace change. I really like it, because what you're seeing here, Kamali, this could be actually big. Oh, unfortunately doesn't get the kill. One is in the smoke, so Kenzie will get killed. This will be played down. Now they have to be careful and know that Kenzie is in this side. They're trying to find one, and actually Irina's killed, but Purins does get one, so it's a 3v4 situation. You can just see, well, Purins gets another. Unbelievable by Purins. It's going to be hard. Now, Breach Ultimate does come out of the Rolling Thunder. It is such a hard position, because you look at the HP bars of both Cookie Hoarder and Purins, but they can try and at least find something. The defuse is coming out, so they have to find something here. Moonlight is just deleting everyone, and there's nothing they can do. And you could just see so much control, just hoping for something, but nothing they can do. And so a good start by the round of Silly Goobers is just taken again by the great ending of a round by Eternal Valor Esports. But on a 50 again, that was a good round for them.
Yeah, no, forcing out the Breach Ultimate also was very, very important, as although there are a lot of ultimates on the side of Eve now, the Lockdown, the Armageddon, and the Dimensional Drift, and the From the Shadows, although the strength of that ultimate remains contested, irrespective of that. And but the showstopper here from Kumai is definitely going to be able to buy some space here, but Moonlight's Orb might be looking to deny that.
Whoa, legged her, but she's gonna get killed. Surely Moonlight's dead, surely. No, Hellbook saves the day. So Moonlight somehow lives, got a leg off onto the Rays, and the Rays is defeated. Halfox is being a bit greedy and maybe picking out again, but we'll just leave this time. Purins is actually look at Purins' position, but look at the Killjoy position as well. This is going to all come down to a timer here. It's going to come down to the timer of who goes first. Scraps is killed by Kenzie, and it looks like the timer of the first. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong for the side of Silly Goobers. Losing my voice a bit. And although Purins does get one, actually, you know what? It's potential, but I can't find another. So, unfortunately for the side of Silly Goobers, it was a time race of who would get the first contact first. And while Kenzie got it first, and her huge defender out, her huge defensive half, 14 kills, 10 deaths, that's put Eve up for 8-4. I'm losing my words a bit here.
Yeah, as it was just flanks on flanks on flanks. Purin went undetected.
I can't believe Purin went undetected.
Yeah, but I believe the Killjoy turret that was normally watching that was pulled back a little bit early, and so they were just able to
I am not just a shadow.
and they were just able to utilize the position of Kenzie to great effect. As now some early A aggression from the side of Silly Goobers. This is something we didn't see in their previous games, but they have rubble control.
Kenzie looking for two! Oh, Kenzie shuts it down! And Kenzie gets two! And that probably will be the round you would think, unless Azana finds something crazy here. And Azana does find one, could find a second. The flash is perfect, and we'll get Azana, as Kenzie will just move away. You can see Killjoy is low HP in that Kenzie, and a bit of tags to Yo and Omen, but it's just so much to do here for the side of Silly Goobers. Have Eve finally stabilized the game just a bit to their favor. So, taking this dominant lead, Kenzie playing this long work, and you can just see Moonlight gets one kill. Purins, they would have spotted, and well, Purins is surely dead, and yeah, he's dead. Kenzie with the 3K. And while it all just went wrong there for Silly Goober, unfortunately at the midpoint, and Kenzie is just showing a lot of character in here. Just a lot of character to put Eve up this scoreline. She's been carrying the game for me, at least so far, for the side of Eternal Valor Esports.
Yeah, don't worry, Portugal. This is our last game of the day. As you're tripping over your words harder than I am here, but I don't blame you. This has been an extremely high quality game.
Yes.
Both teams brought their absolute A game. As Eve have now been able to punch back. But the aggression again from the side of Silly Goobers.
I like this from Silly Goobers, but they've got to be careful. Irina might be caught here, unfortunately isn't, but they will get that. Kenzie will look maybe for a 3K, but misses one. No, gets two, and gets two and looking for a third. Knows there was one out and might even look for the kill here, and it's just all because of that Vandal. Good positioning by the side. And you can just see, well, Kamai actually gets one, and knows there was another player, but Moonlight does get the player there, and Moonlight gets the second kill there, and now it looks like Eternal Valor will take this economy round. It was expected, right? There's not much you could do on eco rounds, but 10-4, and Eternal Valor, huge round coming up for the Silly Goobers.
Indeed, this round will definitely decide the tone of this half, as Eternal Valor are definitely going to be looking to convert this bonus as it put them in a commanding position. We'll have to see what the defensive protocols are on the full buy.
It doesn't feel like 10-4. We're looking at the scoreline right now. It's 10-4
Yes.
Eternal Valor. It doesn't feel like that.
Could have gone.
Listen,
could be an 8-6 easily.
Listen, the second game, that's just going to be impossible to expect a win, especially against Exsto. But even the first game, hold that thought though. Purins gets one through the smoke, so that's actually a huge kill. So 4v4, and you can just see also, I know we were saying one would kill May, but yeah, I mean, the improvement from the Lotus game to the first Lotus game to this game has actually been astounding to watch. Like, they've improved so much. and they've definitely deserved and made, I think, Eternal Valor sweat at some points, but this win streak needs to come to an end sooner rather than later. And you could just see, trying to get this wall control, nothing they could do. The plashes out are perfect from Eternal Valor Esports, and well, the bonus round will go for Eternal Valor Esports. Oh my goodness. Eternal Valor is finding its way again, and what timeout is needed by the Silly Goobers, which, yeah, correct call. They need to stop this win streak sooner or later.
Indeed, as Ken see there, I don't know if it was on the stream, but they had their little Goober toy out and was squeezing it, and honestly, that's a little bit of a representation of this attacking half. Just Eve absolutely squeezing the life out of the little Goobers. The flash from the side of I can never remember any of these players' names. I don't know why. The Omen, Irina. No, Irina. Sorry, no. The Irina was the one who picked up the kills. No, Irina was the one who picked up the kills, but it was the Breach that flashed, and the Breach's name.
Ferrari?
Yes. Them. The flash to come out and setting up Irina for these kills. This is why I'm not the PvP here. But the coach never stopped there. The coach of the Silly Goobers is gonna take the time to try and get his team back on the right track. I'm not. This will be. This will be a full buy. Oh no, sorry, it's an eco.
Yeah.
We're both running out of steam here.
Yeah, we are.
What's your goal?
The economy, after losing that bonus round, Kenzie looking for the kill. Kenzie's just been on fire today as Kenzie gets 2 through mid. They also wish they could just go through mid and take it, but they'll go through C, the stack for A. And it looks like this round is going to be one for Eternal Valor, so it will be one more round, you would say, for the side of
Eternal Valor. Eternal Valor. We gotta have a shout out here.
Yeah, to win this map and go, I believe 2-0 on the day. Just Silly Goobers. I just think, unfortunately, that quick end to the round. Unfortunately for Silly Goobers, it just seems like Eve has I don't know what to say, but I've just, it's just Kenzie. It's a Kenzie diff, right? Because we saw the first couple rounds and that Kenzie was kind of locked out of that C side, and that's what Silly Goobers was looking at. And even on these lurks from Kenzie, this attacking half as well, past the 4-4, Kenzie locked down C side completely. She did her job, and then on the attacking round, she's been an amazing lurk pick as well. So to me, it's just a Kenzie diff, and it is hard to stop these players that are just on fire if you are the side of Silly Goobers. But this could be the last round, especially with the stack onto the wrong site here for Silly Goobers, and you can already see Dimensional Drift is invested. Moonlight will find nobody, and so side will be taking. Kenzie does find one, but Zana does at least finally get killed. So it's a 4v4 situation now. Raze Alderman in the Rocket Fuse is here for Kumai if she ever wishes to use it, and this could be the time to use it, especially looking at this.
But the suppress from the tail, the suppress from the tail.
Yeah, the suppress is going to be too much, and Hellbox somehow gets 2 there, and that might be the game, folks. It could be the game. Dorari, gets scrapped. It's a 4v1, and they've showed a lot of character in this third map. It's probably been their best so far, but unfortunately, it was too much. Azana gets 1, and nothing can be found. Dorari kills Azana. GG's in the chat, and just a great game from both sides, but Eternal Valor showing their class a bit at the end. But one thing that could be said is, it's not over, I believe. It's not over for Silly Goobers yet. They've still got tomorrow. They've still got a game left, I believe, against Noob Esports. They easily can go in and, win that. Yeah. And maybe potentially look at the playoffs. You never know, especially with the improvement we saw today and this last game by the side of Silly Goobers.
Indeed, because if we saw that much improvement in 2 hours, imagine how much more they'll be able to do in 24. as they will be playing again tomorrow. But 13-4 is a scoreline that was not indicative of the quality of play that silly Goobers delivered. There were definitely rounds that could have gone the other way. But in the end, Eternal Valor, after a rough start, were just able to level up their play and close out the game. And so they move up to, I believe, a 2-0. They move up to a 2-0 record, and which put them in a commanding position as they move forward. But I think that's going to be all from us. So, Portugal, why don't you take us away?
Yeah, I mean, we saw it, right? It's I just think that game. I think the game was actually very, like you said, it was more competitive than the scoreline showed. I just think the 13 came from Kenzie, right? We just that 24 kills. Like the next highest is 15 in the lobby. Like you can't really do anything when someone's on fire like that. It's just impossible. And especially when we saw. Yeah, and most of her kills, I believe, came after when it was tied at 4-4. So, I hope. I think Silly Goobers definitely look in tomorrow and look like a team that can cause an upset for sure, especially against a team like Noob Esports. So I just want to say thank you for all the viewers out there that watched tonight. It was fun casting all these three games. Even though scoreline they were all stomps, I feel like the last game that wasn't a stomp. That was a fun game.
No, it wasn't.
Come on, that was a fun game to cast.
That was brilliant.
And we'll never forget the Kumai 4K clutch to win against Exsto. That's something you're gonna take. I would take to my grave. Listen, I'm not a good Valorant player. If I want a round in a 4K against the second best GC OCE team in OCE, like, well, I'm taking that to. You'll
be using it against all your friends as well. You'll be using it against your friends as well. But that is going to do it from us. I have been Atro. This has been Portugal, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. See you later.